And hello, all. Welcome to a live installment of Best Intentions. I'm one of your hosts, Jeremy Creer, and to my left, I have Roy.
What up, what up?
And it's one of our first live shows, so we're very excited to be broadcasting to you and keeping you all entertained. So we're gonna give a little background for those who may not have seen us before. Roy?
I have been living in the Hampton Roads area pretty much all my life. I attend James Madison University, where I'm a music industry major there. Going into my senior year, hanging out. What about you?
Tidewater Community College for 2 years, getting a transfer degree, just got one. So I'm about to transfer over to ODU to continue my studies in communications and radio broadcast and just music in general a little bit. I've always been a bit of a music fan myself. I heard you have some experience in the music world as well?
Definitely. I'm obviously a music industry major, studying artist management, all of that, but I have been a musician since 5th grade, technically. I play the cello. For those of you that don't know, that's like a big old violin, like about this big, and you actually play it in your lap. So I've been doing that for the past 10 years or so. That's how I make my money around here. I also play guitar, do a little bit of singing. I had my roots in southern rock and country. And, do gig in all sorts of honky-tonk bars around here, just living the straight-up music video lifestyle, basically.
Wow, I did not know that much about you. You actually have a lot of music experience.
I do, yeah.
It's
sort of a prerequisite in my field, I guess.
You've underhyped it your whole life. That's really crazy. Every day I'm sitting next to Toby Keith over here, and nobody told me.
Well, that's a little bit far, but it's what I do.
I
That's what I like to
understand.
do.
Well, at Best Intentions, we like to keep people informed with the environment and just people's lives and things that are interesting. So we like to keep up with more interesting topics every day and build on them and cover things that I don't think people talk about enough. So Roy, one of the first questions that I have for you today is, do apps help you or just waste your time? Like, we spend a lot of time on our cell phones downloading these things, and some of us pay money for them, but in some instances they end up taking hours and hours off our life. I know somebody who's played Angry Birds for 3,000 cumulative hours.
3,000?
3,000.
How many days is that? That's gotta be
An obscene amount, almost a little bit more than 2 years worth.
2,999, too much.
Yeah, completely intense.
But cell phone apps, they've just been around our whole time. So a lot of them make our lives a little bit easier, with the exception of Apple Maps. That's just straight up terrible. But stuff like Google, having all these nice search engines and things on our phones like that, apps that track things like, shopping lists, personal finances, stuff like that. The weather, that's an app that I use a lot. But those are just utility apps. Those go in a separate folder. But the main apps that we're concerned about, I feel like, is all the fun ones that we like to do when we have absolutely nothing to do and we're just bored and staring at our phone, or on a really bad date, Stuff like social media, all these games like Angry Birds. I'm a huge fan of Temple Run, all the way there.
That's fantastic.
They're just fun to do. Some people take them way too far, but that's true for most things, I feel like. They're just a good way to pass the time, and they're designed for developers to make money. So, it's not like there's something intrinsically evil about it, but it's tight, it's tight.
I definitely I have a lot of fun with that. I don't really use them for their intended purpose. I use 3 or 4 apps really.
Mm-hmm.
And with those, it's just honestly from just information, something that I can gather quickly. As you said, weather, you can get through the day without that one. It's important. Also, it makes perfect elevator conversation. I don't know if you tried that recently.
Oh no.
It works out just fine. Hey, it's hot out today. That one, as well as Reddit. Reddit's a fun one to have, just for quick information and things along that line. I could go on all day about apps in all seriousness. They do have their place in the world. I don't think they're
absolutely
truly a waste of time, but some seem more useful than others.
That's true.
More and more I've talked to people, I realize that they have a personal credo, or something that they tell themselves day by day to keep themselves motivated and interested in the things that we go through. If you don't have something like that, it kind of feels like your life can be kind of mundane or hitting a rut, so sometimes it kind of helps to have these things that push us forward. Do you have a personal credo that you kind of live by or anything?
I do, Jeremy. I feel like that's something that everybody needs in their life. It provides structure, something to just live your life by and just carry on and be a definition in life, really. My personal credo, it varies and it's flexible and it fluctuates, and I completely made it up. But my personal credo is live fast, die young. That being, you don't have to interpret that literally like I'm a rock star cruising down a convertible '68 Mustang. But live fast, die young. Live your life as much as you can. Die young. Do whatever.
Do you believe you live fast and you're gonna die young?
I don't know, Jeremy. You know, obviously it's kind of hard to predict my own death without some foul
That's true,
play
that's
involved.
true, that's
But you know, I feel like living my life to the fullest and just keeping away from the I'm gonna grow old mentality someday, and just keep my life interesting, keep myself focused, and keep myself engaged in the world around me. You know, I feel like that's the basic structure that I need in my life.
True. I enjoy that. That kind of segues into my credo. Maybe we can like meet in the middle.
Wow.
My personal credo is I like to tell myself daily that life's a party, and I like to spread that to other people as well. Because I mean, everybody's living life, but not everybody's like enjoying it the same way, and I feel like that's inappropriate. Like there's so much fun to be had. I just feel like people aren't taking the time to have much fun. So yeah, live life like it's a party fest and die young.
Sure, I think we have potentials in the Rat career field.
Yeah, I think so. I think Dr. Dre is actually calling me next week, or he wants to make a country album with you as well.
Oh, word.
Well,
That could be exciting.
we're gonna take a short commercial break, and we'll be right back with Jeremy and Roy. Make sure you stay tuned. And we're back. Welcome to Best Intentions Live. I'm still your host, Jeremy, and I still have Roy with me.
Still over here.
Excited. Well, we're still on the subject of interesting topics, and I just asked Roy, do apps help you or just waste your time? And I think we both came to a consensus that they do have a place in our lives, but there are some that are kind of, I don't know, mediocre and just kind of time-consuming, really.
It's so tight.
It's the only way to put it. And the second one that I asked you is what your personal credo was, and yours was live fast and die young.
Absolutely.
Living your life to the fullest.
I want to be a rock star.
I believe, don't we all?
Yeah.
Who
True
would want
that.
to be a rock star? Just try not to. I guess they say it's better to burn out than to fade away.
Stay away from the cocaine.
True story. And my personal credo has always been life is a party and live life like one. I think that kind of works out perfectly. So I believe that the next one that I have for you is should the legal drinking age be raised to 25?
That's an interesting topic that I've always just wondered about what would happen if we changed that. I know ABC had a huge discussion on that. Even I think there's a petition going around the Virginia House to push the drinking age back down to 18, you know, because of the whole you can be drafted in the military but you can't be served alcohol. And you know, I think it's interesting. I don't know if any good can come from lowering the drinking age, because obviously alcohol plus high school students,
Yeah.
we're not going to go there. But raising the drinking age to 25, you know, I don't know if that would significantly hurt or help the alcohol situation in America today, with things like the whole binge drinking college lifestyle, you know, drunk driving, all the things that come with that. And you know, I don't know if any maturity would, or the maturity of the advancing aging person would just affect that at all. Would that even have any effect whatsoever? Because I mean, people start drinking before their legal age, obviously. And I don't know if that's going to change just because we raised the drinking age. And if anything, that would probably just get worse.
I understand that. It definitely is a controversial topic with the subject of raising the drinking age to 25. I'm sure many people are terrified about it, but after looking into it a little bit more, it seems to be a Twitter hoax that's made its way onto ABC News. So that's what I'm hoping for, because it's the way it's supposed to go is the legal drinking age should be, or they're putting it into motion to raise the age of 25 by August 1st
Really?
of 2014. Yeah, which is crucial because my 21st birthday is actually a couple days before that. So
All right.
it would really like not be fun for me. But the main thing is like all those people who have been for so
Mhm.
long and then having it taken away.
Right.
It's kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of like taking candy from a baby in a way, but like the
Sure.
baby's old enough to like fight back and have words to say. So
We might actually have a riot in the streets.
that's what I'm saying. Like we remember how Prohibition went in like the early like 1900s.
Imagine like the Occupy, you know, camps that we had in New York City, except they're all just filled with like drunk frat guys. That'd be hilarious.
Ooh, yeah, that would be a completely insane and crazy time. It's fun to imagine, but hopefully it doesn't make it to that point anytime soon. But yeah, ABC News has been dealing with a lot of odd and weird news stories recently. Have you came across any weird news
You
stories?
know, Jeremy, I have. Recently, I discovered that Arizona State University, you know, way out in Arizona, you've probably heard of that before. There's a gender and sexuality professor that works there, obviously, and she's offering extra credit in her course to any student who does not shave their armpits for an entire semester. This works, obviously, girls can shave their armpits, but guys, because obviously we roll with that sort of thing, they actually have to reverse their gender role and shave their entire bodies hairless from the, I think it was the torso down. I believe. For extra credit, I have no idea what weight that carries in the course, but that's an interesting thing. Students at the university have taken the course and done this thing of they've said that it's really opened their eyes, I guess, to the kind of struggles of the other gender and things like that. It challenges the duty roles in women's society and all of that, I just think it's really interesting.
Yeah, it's amazing. That sounds more like I don't know, it's kind of like a mixture of sociology and biology in the same way.
It really is,
It's really interesting to see how, like, human beings, especially male and female, sharing such vast gender roles would deal with those certain scenarios.
It's true.
I don't know, it really puts effect on the human mind, like, especially with television today, like, kind of perpetuating these images in everybody's head.
Definitely.
Of, like, what is beauty and, like, the way people are supposed to act. It's
Right.
really, it's really crazy to see how things like this make it to this point where, like, we can't even imagine doing it the other way.
Yeah.
Which segues into my next topic. What role does television play in your life, Roy?
Television in my life, I know not all of my friends, but most of my friends are into big series TV shows like Game of Thrones, Walking Dead, Orange is the New Black, stuff like that. True. But, TV for me, it does not play as big a role in my life as far as that concerned. I really enjoy my sports, my news, and all of the up-to-date happening things that are going on in the world. But I really can't invest myself in like TV series because you have to watch them so religiously or everybody spoils them for you the next day at work,
That's true. I've been a huge fan of TV series my whole life. Like, I always watch them, and now even on Netflix, I just binge watch over and over again.
Right.
But I'm starting to make it to this phase where, like, I feel like I've seen so much TV, I know what's going to happen before it happens. Or just, I don't know, I don't get the same feeling from it when I see something new or series ends. So I think I'm just going to try and switch to books altogether. Just, like, really practice, like, expanding my mind. Because I feel like having to use your mind to paint that mental image anyway, it kind of, like, helps just build and makes you feel better about yourself. Plus, once you make it to the end of a good book, it's just like...
It's so rewarding.
Yeah, exactly. It's definitely...
Going on a long journey, And it's interesting you raised the point about Netflix binge watching. I do that occasionally. But, it's just the predictability, like you said, of TV. The TV these days, there's not a whole lot of new stuff coming up, with the exception of things like Game of Thrones. Not even Walking Dead or any vampire-related story whatsoever is new. But, if something new comes out, it's really interesting for like the first couple of seasons, and then for me, it just kind of dwindles off, once they can't come up with anything new. The writers go on strike or whatever happens.
Well, I believe that's all the time we have for today. But I'd like to thank the viewers for watching. I'm still Jeremy, and Roy, it was fun having you on again.
Definitely, Jeremy.
Definitely. We should be coming back to you soon, within the next week or so make sure you stay tuned and look out for that. And this concludes this week's episode of Best Intentions Live.